Yo, welcome to another Speaker Giga podcast. I'm your host, Steve, and I'm here with my player partners, Tommy T and G. What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man.
Doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good.
Day.
Awesome. Hey. Everybody,
it's a beautiful day down there in Atlanta, Tommy.
It's definitely a beautiful day down here, man. Sun is shining. The grill was going.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you saying you had ate some brats.
Yeah. Man, dog, the best place the best price to get them from is Sam's, bro. We get 14 for like $6, where you get 2-pack of 5 for $6, or something like that. So
that's a pretty good deal, man.
Man, it's a dope deal, man. You find like at Sam's, man, you find some deals like that, man.
Other places is Costco. Some people don't know what the hell Sam's is.
Oh man, I have never been in Costco, bro.
It's the same place.
It's exactly the same. It's the same damn place.
You ever heard of BJ's?
No. What's BJ's?
The same thing.
No, I ain't heard of that.
Yeah, I ain't never even heard of it.
It's the same thing, man.
Where is BJ's?
It's somewhere here. I've never been in one, but it's here.
Hell no. I ain't never heard of no BJ's before.
BJ's.
It's just Costco and Sam's, man. It's like a duality out here. I don't fuck with no BJ's. No. I don't know what that is.
Unless it's black owned.
Yeah, if it's black owned, I take back what I said.
I'm all in BJ's if it's black owned. It ain't?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure.
We'll do the research first.
We'll have to do the research.
We'll figure it out.
Got to ask the research and development department.
Absolutely.
Who on the research and development department, bro?
We are.
Pretty much. Us. Oh, yeah. I hopped on that bevel, G.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I went in there and got that bevel system. I went up to the bevel.
Man. Oh, shit. Talking about black owned.
You in this thing, man. Hey,
how you like it? How you like it?
I like it a lot. Should have done a little sooner.
Yes, bro. That's how I felt when I went with it. I was like, this shit right here, this is what I needed.
Yeah.
Where you get it from? You went and got it from like Target?
Yeah.
Or you ordered it?
No, I went to Target.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I go pick up the blades and shit. Like after I bought the razor itself, like all I gotta do is get the blades now.
Yeah, it ain't nothing else to get. I bought the little pack, the $90 pack with everything in it. So I'm just gonna run it with that.
Oh, yeah, you went big dog stash. You got the whole thing, the whole kit.
Yeah.
That just came with some shaving cream and everything.
Yeah, I need that new little brush. I got a brush in there that is starting to fall apart. Everybody know about that shaving brush.
Nigga, but I had crazy shit. I had the brush at first. And before I got rid of my other dog, he had tore up the brush. And so he had like ripped a little piece off the bottom. And so it was like just the metal part with the bristles. And I was still using that whole some struggle shit. Hey. And then I made like a little video one day where I was talking about my little brush, and I had posted it online. And then my nigga Cordell came to my house and knocked on the door. That man was like, bro, I know I'm showing up unexpected, bro, but I can't have you out here looking like this. Somebody gave me a whole new brush, bro. I was like, I so appreciate it, bro, because this junk was looking bad. A bunch of teeth marks and shit in the metal.
Shout out to Cordell, god dog.
Right.
What the friends are for, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I can't have you out here looking like this, bro.
That's too funny, man.
Oh man,
I can't participate in that conversation, man.
No, bro, because you don't shave your face or nothing, bro. You got the beard, you got a full head of hair.
Yeah.
This man right here, living the life.
I know, right? I've been researching. I'm trying to get my hair back. Forget it.
For real.
I'm going for it.
Man, I don't even miss it. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't even miss the shit.
I miss my shit. But, I like this bald head a lot too. But, we'll see.
I got a fresh haircut every day, bro. Every day.
Can't beat it.
That works.
Do it when I want to.
That works. So, this episode, man, we pretty much, I guess we just start talking, man. Hey, so
this the freestyle episode.
Yeah, we just gonna go for it, man. Like first thing I want to bring up is y'all hear about R. Kelly?
Oh, him getting beat up?
Got beat up in prison.
I saw that.
That's
they
what I
had
heard.
a picture of the guy that supposedly assaulted him or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, they do? I haven't seen the picture yet.
Yeah, I just saw it.
It's like a guy. I think they say he was in the Latin Kings. He got tats all over his face and everything.
Yeah.
And beat up Chaos.
Yeah,
bro.
It's hard for me to listen to R. Kelly's music now, man. Like literally, I change it.
I don't know why it's not hard for me to listen. I still can play it. My mind's telling me no.
I was never listening to it like that, so I can't
even say. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, hey, he in jail for what he did. Hey,
yeah,
the song's still fire.
Like right. It's not like it didn't change anything, but bro, I don't know, man. I feel bad for him in the sense that he used people and the people around him never, first off, tried to stop it, and then the second thing is nobody tried to tell him to like get him some type of help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's a sad situation, and now you look at him. You know, he's gonna be the butt of everybody's jokes. You know what I'm saying? He went broke or going broke trying to rectify this situation, you know? So as genius as he is in making music, for me, it's spoiled because of what he did to children. You know? Just thinking back on it. And so I think that's what bothers me the most about the situation. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, that's hard for me to listen to it. But yeah, when I heard about that, I was mixed feel. I had a mixed feeling about it because half of me was like, damn right, he should get beat up. But then the other half, I'm like, man, he shouldn't get beat up. He's punished enough. Feel like dude off of life, man.
Did they say why?
I didn't see why.
Because I
didn't see that either.
I don't, hey, when you're in jail, jail probably break out. It just is what it is. You better knuckle up or shut up. And that's the risk that he's in when he's in there. But, I don't know. I didn't have really no feel to it, which is kind of weird. I don't know if I'm desensitized or if I was just like, it just kind of happens. But, yeah. I never saw the pictures of the guy, though, and all that. But I saw the lawyer talking about it, so I'm kind of interested to see where it goes. Because sometimes this ends up resulting in, a different outcome than people think. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with this going forward. What they're going to do.
Yeah, he also was like, man, he needs to be released on bail.
Yeah.
Because of that. So.
And that's what I was really alluding to. Like, sometimes this stuff ends up going the way that you wouldn't think. Like, oh, he got beat up in jail. That's what he get. And then we get a report a couple weeks later. Oh, R. Kelly's been released because of this and this and that. You're like, what
that really happens?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Either that or you get transferred. Yeah. Because, the whole, like, you ain't supposed to get killed in jail.
Right.
Even though people do are badly harmed in jail. Like, that stuff doesn't, like, they really don't want that to happen, even though it happens.
Yeah, it's not what it's for.
Yeah. So they end up, to rectify, they either, like, transfer you or sometimes, depending on how far along you are in your sentence, you might end up getting released on bond or early release or something like that. I ain't too up on it. I ain't never been in jail or nothing, but those things can, can happen. Especially with health reasons. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we definitely will, man. So I was just looking at that. So it was like, dang, it's messed up. Another big thing that I was looking at was Kanye. His spending for his presidential run with the birthday party. That's the name of his party. They said Kanye spent $6.8 million, nearly $6.8 million between July 15th and August 31st on his campaign. And they also spent $5.86 million during that time paying like consulting firms and stuff like that. That's a lot of money, bro.
It is.
Like, I don't know what Kanye was thinking with this birthday.
Throwing away money, man.
Like, bro, birthday party is the name of his party.
Man,
I don't know what to say about that dude.
Bruh.
We've seen a lot of presidential things, you know what I'm saying? People end up having to back out because they just don't have the funds to do it. And kind of hearing what he's been spending kind of gives you an idea of like how much, you know what I'm saying? If he's spending that much, how much is these other ones spending, you know what I'm saying? The Bidens and the Republicans and whatever, how much are they spending to get to where they need to get, where they're getting lobbied? But for me, man, yo, Kanye's an idiot. I'm just gonna be honest. I hate to say that. I don't mind people go, you know what I'm saying, chase your dreams, your aspirations, but some stuff you gotta be like, bruh, birthday party? You think somebody gonna take you serious?
Bruh, I don't even think it was about anybody taking them serious. Like, first off, he started in July for this presidential run, and like states have already voted.
Yeah.
Like, first, that's the first thing. And then the second thing, he was vying to get on like 10 ballots or something like that. And it's like, bro, like how you get started in the race late, you putting all this money up, which your chances of winning are slim. What is the point? And then, listen, this is the kicker right here. People donated. What did it say right here? The Hollywood Reporter points out that the campaign has only received about $11,000 in outside donations.
So this is his money.
No, these are people donating to his cause, to his presidential race.
No, I'm saying most of the money that he's used on his presidential campaign is out of his pocket.
Out of his pocket.
Because $11,000 ain't shit.
No, I'm just saying, bruh, if I gave you $11,000, that put you in a better position, right? With little stuff. No, I'm saying ain't
presidential candidate race.
Ain't gonna change your life, but I'm just saying, like for regular people, $11,000 is a lot. So
do something,
right? Pay off a bill, you know.
Yeah.
Put a down payment on a home or something, man. But like, bruh, people are actually donated. Like, I can't see myself donating money to this cause, even if I believed in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start in July, the race is in November. The actual top candidates that's on the ballots, like, they're actually doing work, and you just started. They've been here.
I think it was Elon Musk who said that he advised him to run next year, not this year. And
run for what?
Know. No, for president.
Oh, start running next year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was, you know, I don't know, because I'm wondering why he didn't just listen and try next year, because it doesn't make sense at this point.
Yeah.
Like you just said, it's the candidates have already been chosen. Like,
pretty much, you know.
Like, you don't have a chance right now.
Yeah, like, so I don't know. It's an interesting thing.
It's definitely interesting, man. It's just, you know, you kind of wonder what was he thinking about? You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like, bro, like, first off, it's the like, let's take some things in perspective for a second. It's the president of the United States of America. Like, it's not like you're just trying to be president of your class or anything like that. Bro, you talking about a whole country.
Well, hey, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. We say that, but look who's president right now.
That's my point.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had this conversation one time when I was still working at BMI, and I wish I would have said the other part of it. If there's one thing you're gonna get, if there's one positive thing out of this guy being president, I'm not talking about Kanye, but the guy that's currently president. I don't want to say his name, really, really don't. But if it's one good thing you can look at it is that he really proved that you can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the conversation kind of went the other way because I was like, no, don't talk about him that way. When you say that, you talk about LeBron and you know, say other folks. And I was like, no. When I thought about it, I was like, no. See, LeBron trained his life to be what he is now.
Yeah.
The current president did not.
Nah.
And he is. What? And when you look at that, you kind of like, yeah, you can really do anything.
Right.
And like, that's the only positive I can take away from that. And when I look at Kanye, I think, okay, that's what he's probably looking at. Like, if he can do it, I can do it for sure.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Why, nigga? Even if you can do something, like, why do you want to do it? Why do you feel like it's necessary that you even are vying for that seat? What do you plan to do with having that seat other than if you win, being like, yeah, nigga, I won. Like, after you win, what the hell you do? Because I feel like that's what we're going through right now with the current president. Since I'm going to follow suit since you're not saying the name and shit. But with our current president of the United States, it seems like he wanted to just win just to say he won.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then after that, it was no plans for nothing else. It was just, all right, I'm in this bitch. All right, cool. And it's like, you ain't here for 4 years though, bro. Like, you got responsibilities and duties. And he like, I don't care, bro. I'm in this hole. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous because now he trying to get a second term of I'm just in this hole. Like, that's not enough. You can't just be in this hole, bro. You got to be here doing something.
Absolutely.
You got a whole constituency of a country of constituency. So it's just like, you wasting time. You wasting years of time, nigga. Right. You wasting a whole 4 years of people's lives.
Right.
Of the history of the world. 4 whole years just.
Man, just think, man, if like how would Kanye respond to the times of today, the police killings, the protests and the things, the riots that's going on, the civil unrest, this pandemic, like, bruh, this pandemic, like, we're still in the midst of a pandemic, man. And what if Kanye was president? Like, how do we, from Kanye's previous actions, and that's all we got to go off of, because we don't know for sure how he would be in that position, but based off of his history, his actions from history, I don't think that would have been a good choice as president to handle these situations. You know,
not unless he has somebody to speak for him.
Right. If he was just the straight up Manchurian candidate.
Yeah. If it's creativity and needing to do something creative, I don't know. Because we know he's a genius creatively, but speaking and understanding and reading stuff, we can clearly see that's not his strength.
That's an issue.
That is not. He is not on. He is not on what he's supposed to be on. In like the wise words of a fellow Memphian, black youngster. If you ain't on the type of shit that these folks is on, you need to stay your ass where you at. Man.
That's facts, man.
That's exactly what needs to be done. He needs to stay his ass where he at. He does not need to be coming in there trying to do anything in the White House.
Right.
Unless it's a fucking tour. Like, if you come in there to see what it looked like and figure out what the bedrooms and shit look like, cool. Come see that shit. But other than that, you don't need to be there for no business purpose.
Yeah.
Nah, not at all.
It was just, like, I agree with you, Steve, when you say, the current president basically put us in a position to where you truly can't say, I can grow up and do anything. Mm-hmm. I feel like now that we see that people actually can go and do anything that they want to, it needs to be some type of requirement you got to hit other than what's required now
Yeah.
You know, because I don't feel like it's fair that I can't just go in the hospital and be like, I'm gonna be a doctor today.
No.
You know, I can't even apply for that type of job. Let alone, you know, but I can go apply for the presidential to be president. Like, I just gotta raise enough money. That don't make sense to me.
No.
Like, that's still a job. You get paid for it.
Yeah. Hey, just because you can do anything don't mean you should do anything. We need to put that on the shirt.
Definitely on the shirt, man. This shirt blank as hell. I need some words, right?
Hey, that's perfect. Just because you can do anything don't mean you should do anything. Man, you remember that dude that went to the hospital and was a fake doctor for a while?
Yes, bro.
The fact that he got away with it for the amount of time that he did is ridiculous.
Bro, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine being a patient?
You be at home mad as hell when you see that news story.
Man, that's my doctor. Oh, no, that nigga, he ain't your doctor. He ain't even a real doctor.
Bro, you was a child when you did that.
You don't even say nothing to nobody. You just take that shit to the grave and switch your doctor.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just shut up and go. Shut up and go.
You don't want to be the one who got to.
Something that came across, man, and something that I came across, an article. If everybody doesn't know who NLE Chopper is, go check him out, man. He's from New Orleans. I like him. I think he's pretty dope. He got that
from
one.
Memphis, bro.
He from Memphis? Shit,
That
my bad, man.
Memphis, bro. Yes, bro. Yes.
Oh, he's from New Orleans.
That nigga not from New Orleans. That nigga from Memphis. Cottonwood.
What part of Memphis? North?
That's East Memphis.
East Memphis.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
You know, I never looked to see where he was from. It just with his voice, I always thought he was from.
That nigga from the M's.
Well, hey, that's another one for Tennessee.
Man, I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, it's right here too. It's dang, I ain't read the whole. It's right here on Saturday. The Memphis native. Okay, my bad, bro. He from. Oh, my bad. But man, he put out in the article, man. Basically, he tweeted out to everyone that, man, he ain't rapping about no violence anymore. All he wanted to do is stay on positivity. He said, if you do hear any music that is violent, that's coming from him, it's an old record. He said from here on out, he feels that he has more to talk about. So he doesn't want to rap about any more violence and negative stuff. So, man, what y'all think about that, man?
That's good.
The reason why I asked
that, man.
Oh, man, absolutely. The reason why I asked what y'all think about, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because a lot of times when artists get that big break and they're rapping about the current subject that they're rapping about, and then they switch it. Sometimes the switch don't work, and then they end up being forced to go back to what they were doing prior. Some examples like Tip put out a whole kind of political album, and a lot of people agreed that wasn't it. Jeezy did the same thing with Church in the Street. We got a couple other artists out there that have, cross, let's Mace went to preach and came back. And we got a couple others out there as well. I mean, even Fifth at one point was talking about I'm gonna retire, but clearly didn't. So do y'all think that this will work for him, man?
I don't know. It said in the article that I saw, it said that he's only 17 years old, which I didn't know that. But it said that he's only 17 years old. I feel like he's been around for a couple of years. I'm like, damn, this man been doing it since he popped into high school, basically.
Right.
But I don't know if it'll work out for him. If it does, great. I hope he got some guidance, some people who can kind of continue to speak good stuff into his ear and motivate him to stay on that track if that's something he really wants to do. So he doesn't feel like he doesn't feel bad about it because people give him some feedback that he doesn't want. Like give him some flack about it and start saying, hey man, we want that old shit. We don't really want this new enlightened Chopper. Your name is Chopper, bro. Like we don't want you to be
right
enlightened. We don't want that. We want you to still talk about shooting folks, bro. And even from like the few interviews that I've seen with this kid, because I saw him do an interview with y'all ever seen War?
Yeah.
Where he come up to the people and he be telling them stuff about them that they ain't think he knew.
I love dude, but I don't know how he figures this stuff out.
Yeah, that's where I got that Black Youngster quote from too. It was from a War interview. But but anyways, I saw him doing that, and he did the interview, and it was like his mama now, and everybody was right there with him in LE Chopper. And so it seemed like he got a decent like family unit around him and stuff to kind of help support whatever he wants to do. I saw a video of him on Twitter, and he was doing like his gardening and shit like that. So, I mean, I think he just exploring his options out here because, like he said, he got more to talk about because he probably got more money now. So he's opening himself to new experiences. And it's probably weighing heavy on his creative mind. Like, bro, I got other shit to say now.
Yeah.
Like, at first, that was all I knew. So, yeah, of course I was rapping about this, that, and the other. But now it's like, all right, bro, I got this, I got that going. I got these experiences to draw from, these people that I've met. He can go there now.
Yep.
And it'd be nice just to see what that sounds like from somebody so young who's opened up their world like that.
I agree with you on that one. The one thing that I find to be weird to me, and I ain't gonna say necessarily weird, but it's like how you announced it. I think that's gonna hurt him in the long run. Well, not necessarily in the long run, because if it's trash, or of course it's gonna be different, and he's gonna lose some type of fan because somebody's listening to him because he's talking about violence. Not for his delivery, not for what the creativity of him as an artist is. But him just saying, hey, I ain't talking about violence anymore, I don't think it's going to hurt him to the point where he can't keep going forward. But I do think it hurts him because people now are going to make the comparison. Like the comparison is there for music. Like I'm listening to it to find if this music is better than his old stuff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being his music, it's his old versus his new. Because now he's changed directions for his career. Instead of, because you think about it like this, 5 years from now, we probably wouldn't even think about the 5 years before, because I personally don't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard a few songs from him. Steve pointed me to him, and I listened to his stuff, but it's kind of like, he's cool, and kept going. You know what I'm saying? It does help him in a way, because now I'm anticipating, what does his new music sound like from a person that don't really listen to him. He's saying, I'm gonna make this change. I'm not gonna be talking about violence anymore. Well, what are you gonna talk about now that you're you say he's 17? And he's lived a little bit more. Okay, well, let's see where the money has taken you. You know what I'm saying? How much further you gonna go? Look at him 5 or 10 years from now. What is he talking about now? Because that statement was made. If he ever goes back to talking about violence, he basically, for me, he put himself in a box. I'm not gonna talk about violence anymore. You know what I'm saying? But what if he gets shot? Lord forbid he gets shot, or something violent happens to him, and he's not going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Or he's not going to rap about it. It's just put himself where people are going to make that comparison, where people are wanting to say, okay, well, he was talking about this then, but now he's talking about God. And I ain't saying he gonna finna start rapping about God, because I don't like Christian rap, but
be damned.
But it's just I feel like he put a bullseye on his back because of not in a negative. I
can see that.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that, because I feel like that's what happened with Chameleon on his second commercial album, where he said he wasn't cursing no more.
Yeah. Like I remember that, and I remember saying, like, I don't have no reason to listen to him.
Damn, that sucked, bro. You just was listening for the curse words.
Right, because of the cursing.
I'm listening to you so I can hear you say nigga.
I know. I know it's terrible, but yeah, I'm listening to you. So like shit, I want you to get your freedom out, man.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's like for me, cursing is an expression of freedom. Some people may say it's an expression of lack of vocabulary. I just say, man, you gotta say what comes to mind.
I would challenge those people to challenge me on their vocabulary too, because I'm a cussing ass nigga. I got an extensive ass vocabulary.
My grandma said I had a cussing spirit. That's just that. I cuss everywhere. But I agree with both of you. I just want to add, like, now that I know he's 17, and I can't believe I didn't know he was from Memphis. But now that I know that he's 17, it's interesting. It makes me think of Big. And there was this whole story of B.I.G. saying that he was actually going to go on like that positive route as well. And he dropped Sky's the Limit, which is my favorite Big song ever. So I'm waiting to see where it goes. Yeah. It's a possibility. Hey, who knows? It's a possibility that he comes out, you know what I'm saying, it does something amazing with it. And then, hey, it's the other possibility, like y'all said, that it could hurt him because just like G brought up with Chameleon there, I know at some point we was all kind of going, I think at that point we was going through his verses just to catch him in a cuss word. Yeah. Just to be like, let's see if he cussed right there. He cussed right there. He did it right there. Oh, liar. So, you know, man, it really depends and it's really interesting. So, man, I'm waiting to see where that goes, man. Shout out to NLE, man. Yeah, you keep pushing him, man. So, you know, with that being said, there's we got first week projections as well out here in the music industry that was brought up. And it's interesting who's topping the charts right now as they're predicting that 6ix9ine is actually going to be number one with this Tattletale album over Big Sean's Detroit 2, as well as, hold on, I know there's a list of a couple other people. I read this article and I can't find the other people, but they saying of course 6ix9ine number one, Big Sean number two, Big Sean to follow with a host of other people behind, which is pretty interesting because all of the chatter about, you know, I know when, you know, a lot of us don't pay attention to numbers no more these days, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm interested because I didn't listen to the album. G brought up earlier that, you know, when you listen to all the stuff that came out, 6ix9ine's album isn't in the forefront. Like, you see Big Sean's, you see the Rolling Stones, you see so on and so forth. So, man,
he was on mine.
It was on yours?
Yeah, on Tidal. Like,
but you got Tidal though.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's interesting. I wonder if...
But he was on my suggested new albums. And mostly I listen to rap on there. So,
because I mostly listen to rap too, but on Apple Music, that was not the case. It did not say like, this is something you need to check out. I don't see it anywhere on the New Music Weekly playlist. Wow. I don't see it anywhere on the top songs for the week. I don't see the album as a new album for the week. Anything. There's no signs of him unless you search him directly. Like, he just don't exist.
That was the only way I was able to find it when I searched it directly.
Yeah.
Which, me and G talked about a little bit before we popped off with the podcast, but man, that's interesting. So, you know, it kind of made me think, because I was going to go in another direction of like kind of just going over the numbers. But instead, I'm like, man, I've never seen something like this happen. So I'm wondering what y'all think. Y'all think they really trying to keep this kid down? Is the projections incorrect, or is it just,
bruh?
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Actually, like the fact that, like, okay, let's get this out there. I'm not a huge fan of him. I don't think he can rap. Mm-hmm. So, but of course, his videos are always interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? The one he had Nicki Minaj, it's so colorful and stuff like that. So, of course, I look at his videos and stuff like that. Right now, YouTube had him at 33 million views.
Yeah.
Or what's the song, Tutu or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, whatever the name of the song is, 33 million views. I don't think Apple can just not like people are gonna look for them.
Yeah,
like regardless of like I think the projection is on point. Regardless of because somebody's listening to him, somebody's looking at his videos, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna look for his album. First album out of prison. It's been a lot of chatter about him specifically. Compared to the Big Sean album, I found out about Big Sean's album on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I honestly didn't find out about 6ix9ine's album until like earlier today when y'all was talking about it. But you know,
hours ago, just a couple hours ago.
Right. Like, cause bro, I saw it on my title, but I just scroll right by it because anything like I don't listen to his music like that. So, I think the projection is probably on point just because people are anticipating. The people that listen to him, even the people that don't, are anticipating him dropping an album because of how much stuff. Like we personally have talked about this dude like 4 or 5 times since he's been released from prison. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think the projection is good. I just don't know how. Like,
I mean, you know, it's someone for everyone. And
yeah.
I mean, I'm no, he can't rap. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I mean, if you put him up against a real spitter, no. But that isn't his lane. But can he make a record? And can I sit back and see why people like the record? Yeah. Does he know how to get attention? Yeah. Because like I didn't know he was dropping an album until he showed up and supposedly walking through Chicago, you know, talking crap and actually said that the album was coming. And I was like, oh, he's putting out an album. And the fact that he called it Tattletale, really playing off of his whole situation.
That's the name of the album, bro.
That kid knows how to do. He knows how to. Jeezy said it before that, you know, that kid is like a master at marketing, and you can see it now. But there's something but because of his situation, snitching and all of that, a lot of people don't went at him. And like and since, you know what I'm saying, right here, we have the fan perspective, we have the artist perspective, you know, the business perspective all in one. Like with 6ix9ine being successful, does that hurt? Like, does that hurt the rap, you know what I'm saying, the rap community? And the reason why I asked that is because, you know, you got Snoop done said some crazy stuff to dude, and you know, him and Lil Durk go back and forth, and Chief Keef, and there was someone else, as Meek done said something about him, and they're all like, man, why y'all playing this record? But yet he's number one, and you know what I'm saying, when I'm just using Meek as an example because he dropped that political record not too long ago, and the fact that Meek can't even get a number one hit. Like, how does that, like, in y'all opinion, how does that look on the rap industry? You know, not just, well, I want to just say rap because I don't want to speak for whole music industry, but I just want to say the, you know what I'm saying, the hip hop community as a whole. Like, how does that, you know what I'm saying, look to y'all?
Great. Just shake his head.
It don't look good, man. It don't look good. But I haven't developed my thought on it yet. So go ahead, Tommy.
I would say, man, it's like it's a good look. I think so. Just because it creates competition. You know what I'm saying? It creates a point because, like I said, I don't think he can rap, but somebody does, obviously, or people are interested in him, in his creative mindset. So now it opens the door for more creativity. I feel like, because like I said, I watch his videos because of the colors in his videos. Of course, like he has all type of women in his videos, but I don't listen. I listen to the beats that he's playing. The one he did with Nicki, I listened to Nicki Minaj's verse, and how he sets up the video and stuff like that. But I get what you're saying as far as like it's not good for the game, but it's kind of like, who would Batman be without Joker, Penguin, Riddler? You know what I'm saying? If the villain is not there, how does it help the other side? You know, how does the superhero succeed? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's a necessary evil for the game, but it also shows the change in where the game is going, because you still have YBN Corday, you still have your Meek Mill.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Corday.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we did. My bad, Corday. I'm so used to saying YBN Corday. You know,
I know, right? It flows. Bro.
It flows now. It was weird at first, but now it's like, you know. But anyway, Corday, I think he's a dope artist. Period. But it's a sense of you have to market. You have to master this marketing part as well, which. That's always been the game. Now the thing is, you have to actually do it. You don't need the big machine behind you to do it. You actually have an opportunity to do it yourself. And so that's why I think it opens up the door for a lot more artists to get to that number one spot, if that's your goal.
Gotcha. What you got, G?
I don't know. I really don't know, man. Y'all can laugh, but I don't know. I really don't know at all. I'm questioning a couple of things. I'm questioning, like, because we talking about, like, what does this do? Well, is this a bad look for hip hop or a good look for hip hop or whatever? But I don't know if I can say that he necessarily is a part of hip hop culture. Even though his music is listed under hip hop as the genre, and the way that his music is presented is definitely like a rap song. I don't think that that's somebody that we could claim, because he just like I don't know. I don't think of him as a musician, and this is like a larger commentary, honestly. I don't know if I think a lot of people are musicians anymore. I think when y'all talked about him being a master of marketing, like, I think that's what it takes now to have a number one hit, is to be appealing on a wide scale, and not necessarily because the music is so good, but because you're an interesting character. And it's like social media is like a TV show, and then you got all these characters, and like everybody looking for their favorite character to latch on to. And he does a great job of just being so polarizing that people are going to either love him or hate him, which means more attention goes to him. Like, I watched the show The Walking Dead. So, like, on The Walking Dead, on the first couple seasons, you had Shane. And so Shane was like this polarizing figure. Like, either you was going to really, really like him, or you really going to not like him, because he was so him all the time. And he was straight up just hard nosed. Like, I'm here for one reason and one reason only. I'm trying to survive. I don't give a damn about these people. Like, and you gotta respect that commitment to that character. And I think that's the same thing that's happening with 6ix9ine. I think within the last 20 years, if you point out any big name star in any genre or any entertainment industry sector, it's going to be because they had a big polarizing personality. Either everybody loved them or everybody hated them. It's not necessarily he's just such a great musician or great artist. I mean, you can say he's a great artist, because I mean, he's still an artist, but it's just in the way that he's able to present himself in a believable way. And people just latch on to it. And so I don't know if it's a bad or good thing that people are able to market themselves as like the presentation of like their celebrity. They're monetizing their celebrity. And I think that that's what's happening with him. Just he's found a way to to take his celebrity to just new heights and new heights and new heights. And right now, his medium is the rap game or hip hop.
Yeah.
Maybe later on it'll be something else. It'll be on TV or some shit.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, damn, I remember this nigga was making albums, and everybody was like, how is this nigga making albums? And now it's, damn, how this nigga on TV? Why is he consistently in my face? And it's because he just has whatever that spark is that keeps drawing people to him. Yeah. People keep coming back to him, either to hate him or to love him or to just laugh at him or whatever the hell it is. But he just keeps grabbing people's attention, and it's hard to get past that. And as long as you can grab people's attention, you're gonna get paid.
Yeah,
you're gonna get paid.
Right.
That is literally what everybody is doing right now. That's why Facebook exists. That's why Instagram exists. That's why all of those places exist. It's because they are a place that it's like a database for attention. Mm-hmm. It's like we hold everybody's attention right here. So if you want to sell anything, please put it here. Put it here, because people gonna see it if you put it here. Mm-hmm. And so as long as he can keep getting people's eyes, like, we gonna keep on having the same discussion about him week in and week out. It's gonna be something different every time. Even if I would even go so far as to say him and like Kanye are made from the same cloth. As far as like being able to just do anything to get people to continue to look at them. Like, just keep looking at me. Like, no, Kanye didn't go snitch on a bunch of people and then get out of jail. But this nigga has done antic after antic after antic after antic after antic. It's a long list of Kanye shenanigans that we can sit there and rifle off and be like, damn, after he did that, he got a little bit more attention. After he did that, he got a little bit more attention. His celebrity just continues to increase, and so does his fucking net worth. It just continues, like, they're together. Parallel as hell. It's a trip. Just watching it, because you just be like, damn, bro.
But that's the crazy thing about it's just like, I like the comparison between Kanye and this guy, this 6ix9ine. But the difference between them, Kanye dropped a gospel album that was fire. You know what I'm saying? But 6ix9ine, he drops this album and it's like, why are we listening to him?
But it doesn't matter that the album was fire. Like, I don't think that matters anymore. I think
that's the bad part for rap is that the music doesn't matter.
It don't matter at all. It's just the music is a hook now. Yeah. The music is what gets people's attention to you. Somebody heard your shit and they liked it, and now they're interested in who you are, the character that you're trying to sell. If you bring in the good music and there's no character behind it, it fizzles out. Yeah. It doesn't last very long. People be like, oh yeah, I fucked with that song, but whatever happened to such and such?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you're right.
And that's actually been the case over all the years, because like we've said in prior episodes, we've seen a lot of artists who we thought would be great, but ends up not being what we thought they were, because you end up meeting them behind the scenes and it's like, or they, you know what I'm saying, can't portray this character, or they're not as interesting, or so on and so forth. I mean, I think Lil Flip's a perfect example. Lil Flip was on top of the world, and then after him and Tip beefed and all of that, and then everybody was just kind of like, nah, we ain't really rocking with him. Whereas Tip really displayed that tough guy image that he was portraying in his records, and folks was like, oh, yeah, you know. Same with Mike Jones. I mean, when Trader Truth hit Mike Jones in the face at, I think it was a war show or something.
Yeah.
And after that, people just really got away from that. Ja Rule, there's a couple other artists out there as well. And then even some that didn't, you know what I'm saying, go through a violent situation that we thought was just fire, that just ended up not, you know what I'm saying, transitioning over into stardom because they just end up not being as interesting. So there's one, you know what I'm saying that we say in the music industry, man. Back in the day, we used to say it's 80% business, 20% talent. I said it a couple years ago, it's now 90% business, 10% talent. And on this day, I'm saying it now, man, it's 97% business and 3% talent.
So you mean I have a chance?
Everybody has a chance.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, man, that's good discussion on that right there, man. Good discussion. And is there anybody out there listening, man? Y'all jump in here, man. Let us know.
Oh, for sure.
What they feel about it as well. So, just kind of move it on. Man, y'all was on that Versus this weekend? Well, crap, not this weekend. I'm used to it being on the weekend. Last Monday. Last Monday, we had Monica versus Brandy. And I'll be honest, the jokes that done kind of flew behind this has been hilarious.
Bruh. Who you telling?
But I did enjoy it. Me personally, I think I think Monica swept up under the rug real quick. But there was some records I want to discuss with y'all. There was some records I completely forgot about.
I was the same way.
That Brandy did.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about this record. Like,
Angel in Disguise. I forgot about that song.
What was that? Baby.
I forgot about that one too.
I forgot about that one. There was some couple records Brandy did I forgot about, and I was like, ooh. There was something that was so interesting. When they were doing the records, I could literally see their careers being parallel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only thing was the first record that Brandy dropped. He was like, what? Why would you drop that? And then, of course, Monica's like, hey, I'm going to drop this. And smack the right. For me, it was like, gut punch. I came here to play. I don't know if you came here to participate, but I came here to play. So, but as we went through it, Brandy did, her first hit single, and then Monica came right back with hers.
Mm-hmm.
And even when it got to what's the record that Brandy did for the Set It Off? What's the name of it?
I can't remember, man.
I don't know the name of it, but the real slow one.
Mm-hmm.
And then crazy thing was, I forgot Monica had a record similar to it.
Mm-hmm.
But as we look at it, man, like their careers are really parallel, but
Missing You.
That was pretty interesting. Yeah, Missing You. Man, that's probably one of the saddest songs ever until Wiz dropped his sad ass song. But just kind of looking at how it was, how to see their careers seem so parallel, but at the same time, you can see who was kind of, it's Versus, so you can see who was really like the dominant when you heard the records and the feeling that they gave you, and then the fact that Monica was like, I was 17 when I started doing these records.
12.
Oh, 12. That's what it was. 12,
bro.
Yeah. Yes. She said she was 12 when she did some of those records. And you just kind of, even Brandy was like, wait, you was what?
Right.
Just hearing how strong their voice was at that age 12, to what she was now it's just amazing. So, man, what was y'all thoughts about it, man? What was some of y'all takeaways, favorite moments from the Versus?
I liked it a lot. Like you said, I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. I thought it was going to be super one-sided, honestly.
Mm.
And I mean, I still got Monica winning that judge. Like, fuck that bullshit.
A lot to look.
But yeah, Brandy came with a couple surprises that I was like, I forgot about this judge. But what I took away from the Versus that kind of bothered me was like the way that Brandy was talking to Monica throughout the thing. It was almost like she was trying to little girl her a bunch. Where even with her continuously referring to her as Mo instead of Monica, I felt like that ain't your place, bro. Like the way that Monica was reacting to some of the things that she was saying or some of the looks that she would give, it was just like, bro, like we ain't that cool for you to be talking to me like this. And some people can say I'm inflating the conflict and making it seem like it was more than what it actually was. But nigga, I know people. And I know when niggas is uncomfortable. And that wasn't a very comfortable seating position, like for Monica. She wasn't trying to really fuck with her like that. Like they talked and they were cordial, but they even started the battle with Monica saying like, that's why we had to have that conversation that we just had before now, because we needed to square some things away. which let me know that there was some kind of an issue there.
Yeah.
Which means if there was an issue and you just squared it away literally minutes before you walked on camera, I ain't your friend yet.
Right.
Like,
we ain't cool yet.
We just cordial right now. And Brandy was like it seemed like she was trying to make it seem like it was more of a friendship between them at that point. Or like they was just, everything was talked about. So now we cool. We can just joke around, do all that. And I was like, I don't know if you can do that just yet. You can't just talk like that just yet. But it just, I don't know. It made me look at Brandy side-eyed a little bit.
Yeah.
There was a moment there. I know exactly what you're talking about. There was, and people haven't seen it, somebody screenshot it. And there was a moment there where Brandy had her arm around Monica, but you can clearly see Monica was just kind of like, yeah. A lot of people catch, and that's something about having something live. Like people can catch when it's not genuine. You kind of see the body language. Even the setup was weird to me. I was like, is that a green screen? Like it looked weird.
Yeah. Did you watch it on IG or did you watch it on like the?
I watched it on Apple.
Okay, yeah, that's what I watched it on.
I watched it on Apple. So
Excuse
it was
me, guys. I watched it on IG.
I know you did.
So it was very interesting, and I peeped that as well. Tell me what you got, man. What you got?
Man, God, it was just so much. I was just mesmerized at the beauty of these two black queens. Then also, I think Monica's just fine.
Steve, you already talked about that. We know
talked about that.
But I saw what y'all was talking about as far as like it being something there in the room between them. But the biggest thing that stood out to me, I waited on the boys' mind. Like the whole
everybody
time.
Waited on the boys'
You know
mind.
what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, just go ahead and play it. And I was like, I wonder if they gonna sing it, because Brandy was trying to sing throughout like her songs and stuff, and Monica was just like,
She was trying to sing everything except the Moesha thing.
Right. Yeah. and that was the thing that I brought up. Like they was so it was kind of like she wanted to, it was kind of like Brandy wanted to say, hey, I'm doing this, but it was something holding her back from saying this is what I'm doing, talking about her business and promoting her business. Because I mean, like you in this big platform, and the fact that, what was it, 1.2 million people? I had never saw 1 million people. Like, just put that in your mind right quick. A million people at one time was watching these two women on Instagram, on YouTube, on Apple, whatever else they had it on. 1 million people.
Did it show up as 1 million up in the little?
Yeah, it had 1 M. Okay. I was like, what?
Because I remember Erykah Badu and Jill Scott had 1 million impressions. But I think that's got up to what, like 700K or something like that.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's pretty big.
Like that's huge, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you at this place with 1 million people, and to kind of go off of what you were saying, Greg, it's like Brandy had no choice. Like that versus would have been terrible if Brandy would have gave the same vibe that Monica was giving. We ain't really tight. We ain't really close. I'm gonna just play my music. Probably tell a little. I'm glad they told stories.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because that's what makes the verses interesting. Yeah, but right. I was like, what these? Like, I didn't even notice, because by the time I didn't start watching it at the very beginning. But by the time I started watching it, she was saying a poem, and I was like, what song is this? I asked my wife, and both of us looking like, I don't know. And Monica was like, seemed to be bothered by all these poems that it's another poem. We ain't come on here to hear you say poems, but I mean, she's an artist. Put your stuff out there, man. You're on this platform and you're reaching 100, or not 100, but 1 million people. Shit, you do whatever you want to at this point. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of the things that I appreciated, was the fact that we got a chance to hear what they are doing. Like we said earlier, Monica dropped a new track. Brandy promoted her album. We found out Brandy has her own label now, or getting her own label. So whatever she's doing. But those are the takeaways. You know what I'm saying? We got a chance to hear a lot of good music that we grew up on, listening to from two females that, you know, have always been rivals in every aspect of their career. Because when they came out, they had a song competing against each other. Then they did a song together. Then they went they separate ways and still was competing against each other. You know, so I mean, those are my takeaways. It was all good, all fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The shade that Monica was giving Brandy was enjoyable. And Brandy was like a little kid, just trying. You know what I'm saying? She's just, hey, I got to get this shell. You know, I don't know how this is going to look for something else, but we got to make it positive. We got to get some views. We got to do this. You know what I'm saying? So you seen a sense of determination with Brandy by keep trying, you know? Yeah. The average person would be like, fuck it, man. I'm just finna, you know, play my music, read my poems, and get on out of here, collect my check. Do they get paid for this?
I assume so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how them contracts work.
If they do get paid for it, I'm ready to do my verses. So come holler at me.
Man, that's interesting. That's interesting because I took it a little different. I'm kind of along with Greg. I feel like Brandon was trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Whereas I think they both could have. I think you could tell clearly that something threw Monica off because she wasn't completely out, but she was just kind of being chill and giving, you know, what she needed to give. But I don't know. It was interesting. It was a lot there. And I think everybody could read that it was something going on and it didn't feel as genuine or right or, you know, something was going on. Of course, there was, you know, the discussion that Greg brought up. And then, you know, also you can see all the stuff. I think it was like the Condoleezza, well, at the beginning where Camilla Harris came on, threw me off.
Yeah, that wasn't done good at all.
That was weird. That threw me off for sure. But once we started getting into it, I kind of even forgot that she even popped in. So for me, I saw pretty much what G was talking about. I think that Brandy was trying to be as entertaining as she could over the top, but I feel like she might have done a little too much too. So nah, man, it was interesting. I guess at the end of the day, we all enjoyed it. But you can still kind of see there's something weird going on. I think everybody got their feel of what they wanted to see out of that verses, and it just looked weird. It just looked weird. I don't know. That had to have been a green screen, but if it wasn't, that was just a weird background. But I don't.
Talking about the big purple verses thing.
Yeah, like the wall and all that. And they just looked funny sitting there. I don't know.
It looked almost like a talk show setup.
Yeah, absolutely.
It did.
Absolutely.
Like
when I pulled it up, I was like, this is like a set.
Yeah.
This looked like
it was. They was at Tyler
Perry Studios. Yeah, I was like, this is a lot. Y'all went all out for this.
And I think the anticipation
huge,
for it. Yeah. I mean, that probably was that's probably the closest verses we're going to get to two people that was rivals.
Yeah.
Then, you know what I'm saying, then we'll ever get. Because, I mean, other than that, I mean.
Who else you want to see like that? You know what I'm saying?
Like, that was you mean like in that, like to be rivals, who we want to see?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I want to see 50 and Ross in there.
Man, how you feel about the Tip and 50 jump that Tip keep trying to get?
Nah. Hey, right now, Tip, stay away because Fifth is dogging you. That man put up that picture on. If no one saw it, look on 50's his Instagram. Tip put up a picture with him in the suit. By the way, the suit was fly. Tip was clean, so on and so forth. But Tip got this weird beard thing going on that, don't connect. And 50 being 50 can find a way to make stuff funny. So when I saw it, I didn't see Tip put that photo up first. I just saw 50 put it up and was like, what did he say exactly? Something about you want to get to his, but hey, play, it look like your beard ain't connected to well, and pointed out, and I died, man. I died. I was like, man, I don't think, like, like right now, look, when it comes to like the antics and stuff like that, Fifth has it.
Yeah.
But we get the music going, it'll be pretty interesting. He did. I mean, Fifth brought up some good points on there, but I mean, I would like to see Fifth do one just because the man is a character. And I'm actually trying to bring up the post here so I can read what he said if he, there it is. He said, bro, your beard is not quite connecting like your music. And then he said, you do know I did 10 million on the second album too. You just make sure you're at work on time, okay? And then, of course, being a master at marketing, he put in there, Pound Stars, Power This Sunday, Brands Cognac. And if y'all go to 50's page and see Tip and his beard, it's unfortunate. I wish he would have just shaved it.
Unfortunate.
I love you, Tip, but you should have shaved that because Fifth gonna take all the ammo he can. But he did say he loved the jacket, though. But, hey. Would y'all like to see Fifth and Tip do it?
I ain't even interested in it. Like I feel like it's like I don't know, man. It's biased for one thing on my part, but then I just don't feel like it would be a genuinely enjoyable one. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't see who. I don't know who I would want 50 to go like on a versus with. But Tip is not it. I don't feel, because it, like on another, like just thinking about it just now, Tip is like, you think of Southern rappers or Atlanta rappers, right? You think of Tip, Outkast, Jeezy, you think of those guys being in one genre. Then 50 is in his own lane. To me, because I can think of 50, I'll never think of New York. It'll just be 50 Cent. I think of New York.
I don't agree.
Right. Like, and great.
Yeah.
But it's like you think of New York, I think of all the other rappers. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm not interested in that at all. And I think T.I. will win. But that's my bias speaking.
What you got, G?
I mean, as far as like the actual versus the setup and having the two men in the same room, like going back and forth, it may not be very entertaining. But I just want to see Tip watch that nigga. Like I just want to see him. I just want to see him play his records, and then like the aftermath of all of the tweets and shit of everybody saying, "Damn, I forgot Tip shit went this hard."
Yeah,
like because. I really like. Even I saw that post that you was talking about, Steve, about the beard. But I also saw another post that he posted where it was like a bee and a fly, and it was like, even if the bee could explain to the fly why honey tastes better than shit, the fly wouldn't understand. And I took that as a diss to like the difference in their music. Like my music is like all the way up here, and your shit is all the way down here. And I'm like, I don't completely agree with that at all. Yeah. Like I don't know where you could be getting that idea from at all. Yeah. I don't see where there's evidence that is even partially true. Like I can't say that I look at 50 Cent songs and I'd be like, man, this shit is so good that nothing that T.I. has ever done holds a candle to this. Yeah, I'm like, I absolutely feel the opposite. I'm like 50 Cent, you don't have what you know about that to me. Like you just don't have anything that goes with that to me. Yeah. Like you have great songs, don't get me wrong. I've heard a lot of these songs, and I like a few of them, but I don't think that you're in a position to be like making that analogy at all.
Yeah,
he was talking like he was talking to me. I'm like, bro, like, no, I don't make anything close to what you've done. But I'm like, Tip is tried and true. Like, this is a veteran person who has done great things with his music. You can't just try to little boy that man like that.
Yeah,
gotcha. I'm gonna slightly disagree about the entertainment factor. I think it'll be hella entertainment between Tip's vocabulary and whatever he's saying to 50, just his jokes and the crazy shit that he's gonna say. The only reason why I would want to look at this one because Tip and Fifth don't have a real beef. So I think they could stand in the same area and be okay and joke, and you will get some entertainment out of both of them because Tip gonna find a way to entertain and we're gonna find something funny when he says whatever he says. Especially with those big words. As far as Fifth, we just know Fifth silly, and then also I want to hear some of Fifth's stories. I think both of them will give us some amazing stories.
I do feel like that energy will bring something out that we probably have never heard. Like the two of them, because they got similar backgrounds as far as like coming from the streets, and then like you said, with them not really necessarily being people who you put together all the time, I think it'd be interesting to see what kind of stuff they would talk about together. Even if they came out and it was like all buddy type shit, and it was just like, damn, we actually fuck with each other big time. Like, who would have thought type shit? Like, that would be cool to see as well. I'd be happy to see that.
Absolutely. So it'll be an interesting one. If it happens, I don't know if it will, but never say never. I mean, they could be building it up and we could end up getting it. And I mean, I am a massive Tip fan, and I am a 50 Cent fan, but when it comes to Tip, Tip the Cane for a reason now. Yeah. Fifth got some stuff, but Tip got some stuff. But it'll be interesting. It'll be a great way to have New York and the South come together. Now, 50 Cent in the game, that's a different story. That probably never happened.
Nah.
I don't think the game Ross, could get with him though.
Huh? What you mean?
I don't think the game could like hit for hit against 50. No.
Oh no. I was just saying like no, not at all. I was just saying like as far as people who had actual rivals.
Yeah.
Like with the Brandy and Monica thing, we clearly know it was something there.
Yeah.
But when we look at somebody who had an actual rivalry, then you kind of look at it, you kind of like, who could we use that it would be on some that they could literally sit in the same room? I don't think I think the only person that we could probably get in the room with Fifth would be Fat Joe, because I think they squashed their situation. But even then, you're like, I don't think Joe can go hit for hit with Fifth. With Tip, that's Flip, but I don't think we can. Flip can't go hit for hit with Tip. So,
no.
Yeah, not at all. So,
shit, Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. I just threw something out there, man. Because No Vaseline was disrespectful to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Dang, I'm trying to really think of someone who we could sit down in the same room who's had an issue and may be cool now. Shoot, man, that's a hard one. Besides Bow Wow and Lil Romeo,
nobody would watch that.
Yeah, we really wouldn't.
Nobody would watch that.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I was so surprised at how many people actually showed up to watch the Brandy and Monica verses. Like, I anticipated that it was gonna be a big turnout, but they blew my projections out the water. Goddamn it!
Yeah,
that 1.2 million on IG, and I think they said it was 1.8 million on Apple TV.
That's crazy.
That's 3 million people, bro. Like,
that is crazy,
nigga. That's a lot of people.
That is a bunch of people.
I'll be honest, I didn't have
that many people.
Nah, that's true. I'll be honest, I didn't have a particular number for it. But I was just kind of paying attention to the reaction, because at first I was kind of like, Brandy and Monica, that'd be cool. But I ain't really. I think the folks amped me up to want to watch it. Because I kept people really like when you say Brandy and Monica, the first thing they was talking about was the boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine. And I think because of that what built it up. And folks is like, I gotta watch this because I gotta see what's gonna happen. Are they gonna talk about that story? And then the fact that their careers are so parallel, I think everybody was like, I think we gotta tune in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's crazy because Brandy has so many fans out here who are diehard. And then you got so many Monica fans who are diehard. And there's some people that was like, I like both, but you can tell like it's a real split. Like you either or.
You don't get to be in the middle.
Yeah, at all. So I think the combination of both of their fans just pretty much came together, and that's how we got that number. I mean, after Jill Scott and Erica was able to do, you know what I'm saying, over 1 million impressions, and they don't have like nothing. You know, when we think about their careers, you don't say Erica Badu and then say Jill Scott. And you don't say Jill Scott, you think of Erica Badu. So when, you know, you got these two, Brandy and Monica, when you say Monica, you think about Brandy. Yeah. Say Brandy, you gonna think about Monica. And I think that's what sold it.
But they not a group though. That's what Monica made clear. She said we are not a group.
Right.
Absolutely. Like the shade Monica was putting in there.
She had the umbrella out, boy.
She had to make sure everybody know, look at here. This is not, we are not, no. Even when I think Brandy brung up a story about Monica cutting off a guy or something. And I was like, okay, maybe they, behind the scenes, they look cooler than we think. But I think Monica really reiterated that, no, we're really not as cool as y'all think.
Yeah. So, she definitely made it clear. So
yeah. So
damn guys. This has been a wonderful episode, man. I've really enjoyed myself talking to you.
I had my doubts at the beginning.
Man, me too. Hey, man. Hey, me too. I did have a few doubts, but
you gotta be honest, man. You gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Hey, we three amigos. We're gonna make this work.
Man, we made it work, man. I think we did. I didn't
know it was gonna go either. But I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull a win out.
Man, there you go. Hey, but you guys, I want to thank you guys for being here with us and listening to another episode of the Speaker Geekers podcast. It's been a lot of fun. And the things that we have talked about, we definitely want to hear from you guys. So if you haven't already, please go subscribe to the YouTube page at Speaker Geekers Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Speaker Geekers Podcast. Follow me on Instagram at I am Tommy T the Third. You got Greg at instantly_G. And then you got Steve at the Great Steve-O Steve. Go follow us. Comment on the post, comment on the videos. Let us know what your thoughts are about everything that we talked about or about none of the things that we talked about. You know, somebody told us at one point, it was like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. When we talking about No Limit, it's like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And it gave a whole story. I just looked at it and was like, you're absolutely right. I didn't know about that. Kudos to you. You know,
man, I gotta go find it now. Where did they put it at? I gotta go find it.
It's on the video when we talked about No Limit. The No Limit documentary.
Yeah.
So go check it out, man. We love the comments. We love to comment back and talk to you guys, and you know, you guys help us. So do you guys got anything? G, you got anything?
No, that's it, man. It was a good episode, like you said. I didn't know where we was going, but we made it. We made it.
Mama, we made it.
Hey,
Steve, you got anything, man?
Man, I'm looking for this. Like, you said we didn't know what we're talking about. Like,
Steve, like, I take offense to that. I know what I'm talking about.
Like, elaborate, old bitch ass nigga. No. Let me see. What'd he say? Y'all don't know. I'm finna read it. How about that?
Go ahead.
What's his name? Snow Montana? How you doing, Snow Montana?
What's up, man?
What'd he say? He said, y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know nothing. P had plenty of artists that wasn't from New Orleans, and No Limit didn't want Cash Money at priority because let's see, because Baby's brother was rumored to had something to do with P's cousin getting killed. It was beef from the streets. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
I ain't know none of that, bro.
But
and
I got
like
one thing.
To know.
One thing out of that whole comment that that I was like, okay, I'll work with that. He watched the video. That's it.
Yeah. That's all. Hey, but if you know who the rest of the artists were, let us know.
Yeah,
because I sure didn't know.
I truly appreciate that, man. So shout out to him.
I didn't know about no beef either. Hey.
If everybody's good, man, I say I'm out, man. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out, man.